Live, only on DAZN. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. One is defending a name, the other is building one. The ring doesn't care where you come from, only if you can survive in it. Saturday, June 28th, Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
This is Charlie Parsons for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate. Why are you sitting back immediately? I've lined it up for you leaning forward.
Sorry, I can't hear anything, Parsons. Honestly, my ears are so fucked of hay fever.
I've got to get hearing aids.
I need a hearing aid.
I'm getting hearing aids.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
Is this in the interview?
Yeah, it's a bit of a shit realisation at 22, isn't it?
What, that you're deaf?
Yeah, quite.
Fucking hell, I'm getting there. I can't hear anything.
Yeah, but you're like good 20 years on me.
Cheeky bastard.
What were we just chatting about? I said the vibes in here.
It's good vibes because
Really
the weather.
good
Listen, the
vibes.
weather's good. The card's good. Everyone's smiling, and that's what it's. Everyone's getting. Well, my fighters are getting well paid. That's what it's all about.
What was the first thing you said to me today?
I can't remember. You look like a competition winner.
No, that was the second thing. I've always looked like a competition
Me
winner.
too. Carry on.
What waist size are you now?
Waist size.
And called me fat.
34.
No, me. You said that to me. That was the first thing you said to me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, it was.
I didn't say it in a. Are you?
It was a polite thing to ask, was it?
But I said it quite. I didn't say it in front of a crowd of people.
No, you didn't. I'm
I
just
would never
saying
do
that was
that.
the thing that you said to me
Yeah,
first.
okay, but I was just saying because
you don't need to
you
watch
are on
my
the
weight, Sam.
No, I'm not saying you're fat. I'm saying
I'm living all right, man.
because you've got very strangely big legs.
Very big legs. We just had this
Got
chat
very
with
big
Eddie.
legs. Got very big. You got like
disproportionate legs to my body.
Yeah, I can't. I'm just saying you've got legs like Dave Allen.
It's big, innit? Too much though, because I've got a body like a, flyweight.
Yeah.
Not great. Let's talk about SJ boxing. Who have we got on this card? Mr. Conor Walker,
Hamza Uddin, who will be on before the bell.
Brown.
And I've just said to Hamza there, are you going to remind people what a great talent you are? Because I think people are forgetting how good of a fighter Hamza Uddin is. I think he's not been flat in his last few fights, but more conservative. Does that make sense? And he needs to remind people how great he is.
The rest of the fighters have got.
Then we move on to Pat Brown, who's going to.
2 weeks.
Pat Brown's going to kick off the live card. And Pat Brown, you know what you're going to get with him? Barbarian, all action assault. And that's what he is. Pat Brown has got pay-per-view written all over him. He talks, he holds a room well. He knows how to, he's real, he's a man of the people, and he can fight like fuck.
The British and Commonwealth champion, Mr. Conor Walker, returns.
What a story he is, by the way.
Fantastic.
Listen, I love Conor Walker to pieces. All I wanted to do, right, when I got with Conor Walker, is just make him as much money as possible. And I'm delivering on that, but at the same time, he's delivering on the ring, because I'll be honest with you, it was one of the worst 20 minutes of my life sitting there watching Harry Scarf just pick him off, and just like he's crawling his way to a points win, and Conor Walker just stuck with it and pulled a bat out of his pants and chinned him. It was one of the best things I've been a part of, because I knew what it meant for his life and his bank balance after the fight. And now here we are. He's fighting a tough Liam Taylor, who I respect a lot. But Conor's got to do the job on Saturday, because he knows what's coming if and when he does.
You know Carl Froch, yeah? You know he does his knobhead rankings. Did you see that? What's your relationship with Carl?
I like Carl.
No, I
and even
do
if he
as
didn't
well.
like me, which I know he does, I think he's one of the funniest people I know.
You are kind of one of those people that you could see being on Carl Froch's knobhead radar.
No, but people that know me know that I'm not a knobhead. On an outlook, they might look like you. When you actually get to know you, you are an actual knobhead.
Yeah, but
Eddie,
for example, he's a little bit of a knobhead, but he was on the knobhead list. Who was else on it? Gareth A. David, Ariel Helwani. I wouldn't call him a knobhead.
I like Ariel. Ariel.
So that's what I mean. It's up to discretion.
It's at his discretion. Like with me, I don't know, people might have a thought about me, especially if you don't work with me. People will think, what a knobhead. But if you actually get to know me,
I'm not on the knobhead discretion rankings.
I don't think I am one. Because I think
I would consider myself a bit of a knobhead.
I think I'm a loving, caring, generous person.
You can still be a bit of a knobhead.
Yeah, of course I can. It depends. Listen, if someone's a knobhead to me, Parsons, I will out-knobhead you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So then you have to be a certain level of knobhead.
If you as a person, especially if I like you, if you as a person, I will treat you unbelievably well. But like I say, if you're a knobhead to me, I will out-knobhead you. And that's what it is. And if I was on Carl Froch's knobhead list, I promise you I'd find it funny, because his dry humour, his East Midlands dry humour is undefeated.
Fantastic.
I think Carl Froch is He doesn't try and be funny neither.
No,
Carl.
it's just genuine. Like, you see his interview with Amir?
He's just so dry, and you have to understand, like he's Carl Froch is hilarious. I think he's literally hilarious.
The light's gone out, but we don't need a light. We don't need a light. You look beautiful regardless, Samuel. What was I going to ask you? Oh yeah, the British Boxing Board of Control called Eubank Jr.
I've just said to Matt Linehan, I don't really want to speak about it, Parsons, because
I think we should discuss it.
No, yeah, you can. I'll discuss it a little bit, but like, I don't want to get. As a British Boxing Board of Control licence holder now. I don't want to discuss it because I don't want to get into trouble. But I have my opinions on it. I just think we all need to be more realistic.
There's a lack of consistency.
There is a lack of consistency.
You know, like Adam Azim's
you're trying to lure me into it, Parsons.
No, I'm just
to be fair,
being
as
honest.
a good journalist, that is what you're meant to do. But I'm telling you, I don't really want to go into it because I have my opinions on it. But I just think that we all need to move on with the times and understand how these fighters do actually make weight.
There was a rematch clause in the fight. We're now hearing it could be October 4th, it could be September the...
I've heard different.
20th. Eddie just told me this.
Yes.
It won't be the 27th.
It's 20th of September.
That's what I said. Yeah, yes. That's what I said. Yeah. So 20th of September. But it also depends on His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh giving the go-ahead for that date. I did speak to Napa. He said basically done. Eddie was like, well, what do you mean basically done? The contract was signed on a rematch clause anyway. How do you think this fight will be different? Not too long in between.
I presume Eubank will get a doctor's note. Yeah, a doctor's note and say he can't do the rehydration clause, right? He can make 160, but he don't want to do the rehydration clause. And fair enough, right? Because nobody wants to see anything catastrophic happen in boxing, yeah? But then people do seem to forget, right? Everyone thinks about the welfare of Eubank Jr., but nobody, I'm getting eyeballed by Frank Smith, but nobody seems to care about the welfare of Conor Benn. So I think to myself, okay, so you want Chris Eubank to not do the rehydration clause and then he'll get in there as a light heavyweight, as a big light heavyweight, and Conor Benn's coming in maximum what will he weigh? 155,
you have
156?
to worry a little bit though when, you know, like when you look at him after the fight and there's not a drip of sweat on him, and that's because of the effects of the rehydration. That's fact.
Listen, whatever the case is, we want they're both men, right, to come out of that ring safe and sound, like we do on every fight, like we do with every fight and every show. So, and the health of the boxer is paramount. But if that's the case, Conor Benn will have to be compensated because Conor Benn signed a contract, as did Eubank, for specific conditions, right? For 2 fights. And if the conditions are changing, Conor Benn will have to be heavily financially compensated, which I'm sure he will.
What's next for the Hamids?
Adam Hamid's fight will be announced tomorrow. It will be the biggest one yet for Adam. And Sammy, I just spoke to Mams a couple of days ago. He will be out in August.
Very nice. What else is going on with your stable, Sam?
Nothing. I've just signed 2 new fighters. It's looking really good.
Anything of note that you sit here eager to tell us?
No, other than the fact I believe I've got the best young stable of fighters in the country. I believe what we lack in boxing sometimes is like telling a story of a fighter. And that's what I want to kind of get across a bit more.
We need storylines.
We need storylines. We need angles, and because I think the British boxing at the moment lacks a superstar.
You know what you also need to do? I think we all know that boxing is niche. Yeah. We all live in the bubble of boxing, but it is niche. You have to break that niche. You know, like when you get the young fighters and they're doing a bit more on social media to make the lads at the pub talk.
I know we don't
them,
win a world where we try and say we don't like social media, and I get it. I really get it. Like we don't want it to be all social media, but unfortunately that's the world we're in. It's your world. You know about it. Like that's what you've built your career on. But you've done well, right? Like I know people give you a lot of stick, but you're very good on the social media. You're on the social media angle, and unfortunately that is the world we live in. That's the world we live in, and these young fighters need to see that and think that even if you pay someone to do it, I implore young fighters.
They're going that extra mile.
Yeah. You need to make sure all angles are covered because you don't want to just in boxing. People think there's so much money in boxing. There isn't. Only if you make it past a certain level. Look at Johnny Fisher. Johnny Fisher's cracked the social media. Johnny Fisher's made a hell of a lot of money, and he's a Southern Area champion. So get those angles of your career on lock, and that's what I try and encourage. You need to get out there more. I know people don't for cameras and stuff, but you need to be a package. You can't just be a good fighter anymore, unfortunately. And it's sad because usually your talent can get your talent can only get you need to be good in every aspect. You need to learn how to speak in front of a camera and sell yourself and improve your fan base. It's the world we live in, unfortunately. It's unfortunate.
Not always unfortunate, though.
It's not always unfortunate, but but it's pretty.
It's a world of rot, isn't it? Scrolling through your
absolutely.
I mean, I am part of said rot when you're lying in bed on TikTok at 3 o'clock in the morning. But also,
no, but listen, you.
But
with very minimal talent.
Thank you.
Hold on. With very minimal talent, have maximised what you're capable of, and it's very impressive.
What do you mean by minimal talent?
Hold on. Me too. No, but I don't have any talent.
I disagree.
Okay, well, I appreciate that, but what I'm saying, guys, me and you both, not. I wouldn't say
half blagged it though.
Correct, right? But I blagged it to a point where I'm still where I am. Do you understand what I mean? So it's like when you go for a job interview and you lie about your GCSEs. Everybody does that. I used to do that all the time. I used to fucking say I got A's across the board. I was either really clever in a subject or really thick in a subject. There was never any in between.
What's your best and worst?
I don't really know. But I used to enjoy humanities, which is a collection of geography, history, and I used to really enjoy that. But see, maths, I was on the spectrum.
So good at maths.
I was on the spectrum of.
When I say that, I got one of their maths questions.
Yeah, listen, fair play, because I was very, very thick at maths, and I've obviously learned to be a bit more. Matchroom did actually an interview earlier, like they were trying to get people to do this multiplication. I got it wrong, but I
was very disappointed in myself.
I was as well, because I actually knew the answer afterwards.
Yeah, same.
But again, we can't all be good in something. You should find something. I don't know how the fuck we've gone to this subject, but you see my advice. I know people give me a lot of stick, but if you find something you're good at, maximize your ability. Maximize your ability.
Do you want to grab the big man?
Yeah, shout if you want to shout him.
Edward. Oh, I think he's doing an interview.
Yeah, all good.
Oh well. What pisses
I don't know how we came off that topic.
When you wake up in the morning, what grinds your gears at the minute?
Grinds my gears?
Yeah, like what pisses you off?
The fact that grass is fucking everybody up.
Oh, you know what? Right, let's
right, let me tell you something. All this stuff bad stuff that's going on in the world, grass is fucking me up. It's a real horrible realisation.
Isn't it pathetic, yeah? That, how old are you?
36.
At 36 years of age, you are scared of a dandelion.
Mate, I can't express to you how annoying it is, because I've had the Kenalog injection. I take Benadryl like Haribo, and I'm still fucked up by grass. And I just think it's a real sad situation.
See, I've never had the problem with hay fever.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful, bad. Like I say, I can't even hear half of this interview. I've not understood a fucking word you've said, but I've just kind of blagged I've blagged the responses. I need a hearing aid.
You and me both. Samuel, lovely speaking to you as always.
Thank you. Oh, tune into the card on Saturday. Brilliant young talent, up and coming talent. You've got debuts on there. Conor Walker, Liam Taylor will be an absolute cracker. McGregor Baluta, underrated fight. And Galal's main event's going to be an absolute cracker as well. I was watching his opponent for the first time yesterday, and I was thinking, fuck, that's going to be a really good fight. Really good card in Birmingham. Tune in to DAZN on Saturday night. Boom.
Live, only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.